Hey everyone, this is Robin Pike with Crafty Stamper, and today is July the 8th of 2025. And I'm excited to show you this card that I've been working on. It's got a llama on it, and he's ready for Christmas. And as you know, I'm doing Christmas in July for the month of July. And so I created this card and then this tag to go with it. And I think that's just a cute little set to give at Christmas time. Put your little tag on your present, give them this nice little card. And I just think that's a nice, thoughtful gift to give. This came from the long time no see stamp set that we have, and this is currently in the online store. And what that means is that you can get it online at my store. So if you go to craftystamper.com and do shop online, then you can go to my store in the search bar, hit long time no see, and it will pull it up for you. So this is not in a catalog. This is just online exclusives, and that's what we call it. And also, I used the Arches dies, which is everyday Arches dies, to create this. And this is the way I did my tag. I created it with two of the different dies in here. And I have all the measurements and instructions or the products over on my website at craftystamper.com. So you can check that out. Okay, so let's put this aside. And then I want to show you the paper that I created these cards with. And this paper is called Need for Tweed, and it's the 12 by 12 Designer Series paper. So let me pull this out and show you all this beautiful paper. And of course, this is the one that I used for my llama. And then this is some on the back side. And then you've got this here. And doesn't it look so real? I just love it. And then this here, it looks like something from the 70s, doesn't it? If you're old enough to remember that. So anyway, I grew up in the 70s and 80s. So, but it was a good time. And so here is that. And then we've got this here, which I showed you just a while ago. And then you've got the backing here. And then we've got this green color here, which I think is pretty. And we have three sets, or three of each of these. And then here's the back of it. And I think that's a pretty neutral color. And then here's this. It's not really my favorite, but I'm sure there's something that could be done with it and make it really pretty. And then this here. Looks like carpet. Looks like Berber carpet or something. And looks like you just pick it. Oh, Lord. Okay, so anyway, so that's the paper that I'll be using tonight. And I showed you the stamp set and then the Arches dies that we're using. So I think we can go ahead. Let me move that aside and get busy. So I've already cut the pieces that we'll be using tonight. So you wouldn't have to wait on me to do that. Let's make sure I've got everything out of here. And I cut me an extra piece of paper here just in case I make a mistake. This is my first time to go live, y'all. And so I'm so excited, but I'm so scared at the same time. Usually I do recordings and stuff. And so anyway, it's just a little different for me tonight. So, okay, so let's go ahead. Let me get my glue here. And we're going to put this piece of paper down on our base. And I've got the inside pieces here, but we're going to, and you see the card right here. And like I said, I do have the measurements and everything over on my website. And you'll be able to find those and the products that I use to recreate this card. So this piece here is just going to lay right on top. And I think this is such a pretty color. This is cherry cobbler, and I think it's just such a pretty color. Okay, so from here, we're just going to take this and we're going to glue it down. And we're just going to kind of angle it here. We're just going to put it at an angle and just lay it like that. Okay. And then let's go ahead and let's work on the inside. And then we can get that put together. And so what we're using is May Your Heart Be Filled with Joy. And I was trying to think, this didn't come out of the Long Time No See. It come out of one of the other stamp sets. So I'll have to make sure that I put that on my blog when you look at it. Right now I can't remember. I took it out of one of the stamp sets and I can't remember. But I'll have it on my blog. So I'm just going to ink this up. Okay. Let's just put it on here, about right in here. Okay. We got that done. We'll move that aside and put this on here so I don't stick my fingers in it. All right, so let's go ahead and let's glue this down. And I'm going to go ahead and I just, I just basically just kind of measured. I didn't really measure at all as far as the height that I wanted the cherry cobbler to be. But I like that right there, and I just decided that that would be a good place just to show a little bit of it, and then just lay it down here. And then if we need to cut it, we can. But this looks pretty good. I think that looks fine. I'll push this over just a tad. And that looks good there. Let's see. I've got my scissors here, so I think I'm just going to cut this off right here just a tad. All right, that's good. Okay, so now we can just glue this. So I hope you've all been doing well. I hope you've had a great start to the week and you had a nice long weekend. Uh-oh, that seemed to smear just a little bit. Oh, well, it'll be fine. But isn't that cute? I think that is just so cute. Okay, so we've got that done. And then next we are going to stamp our llama. Now this is going to be the tricky part. Because we've got to try to line up his neck with the little body that we have. And I'm just going to put this like right in here. Okay. And then here is the rest of him. It looks like a little ladder. So this is the part that I hope I get lined up good. So I'm going to try to keep my head out of everything. And then I'm going to try to lean in here and try to line this up as best I can. So let's hope that did it. Not too bad. Looky there. I'm proud of that. Okay, that is awesome. All right. So we can move this out of the way and that out of the way. And then next, we're going to start doing a little coloring here. So I've got my Stampin' Blends here. I've got my light crumb cake, and this is what I'm going to color him with. And here I'm just going to go around through here, and then I'll kind of darken them up a little bit on his little lines. And then I'm going to leave this little face around his nose. I'm going to leave that white. These Stampin' Blends are just so good and make everything look so much better. Okay, so we've got that done. Let me go around on his ears. Who else likes to color? Let's see. All right, I'm going to get the dark here, the dark crumb cake. And we're just going to kind of go over all these little lines here, just to kind of darken things up. I just think he's so cute. And especially when we color him up real good for Christmas. So how do you like celebrating Christmas in July? Do you like Christmas? Are you excited about it? Or are you one of those that are just like, it's just a little too early? And here I'm just going to use Bubble Bath, and I'm just kind of slightly going over it. I just want to give it a just kind of a little pink color, if you can see it. It's kind of hard to pick it up on there, but it's just a little pink color, just for the inside of his ears. Okay, so let's go ahead, and I'm going to get the dark cherry cobbler. I'm just going to kind of go over in here. And then let's see, and then we're going to do Old Olive and then Pool Party. And so then next we'll start here again with our cherry cobbler. Then we'll skip, and then we'll start it here again. And here I'm trying to learn to do shading. I'm not the best at it, but I'm trying to learn. I see some people make it look so easy, but for me, it's not as easy. I love these colors together. Old olive and red. I think that's just so pretty. Okay, we got him done. That's my shading. Not the best, but it could be worse, I guess. So then we're going to start here with a, let's see, let's make sure I've got the old olive. Yeah, dark old olive. I'm just going to do the same thing, just kind of bring it across. And do another one here. And then we'll get another one. And y'all, you may hear dogs barking. I have dogs, and sometimes they get excited and bark, or if they hear something outside, or they just a lot of times just like to bark. So if you have dogs, you know what I'm talking about. I went out of the line there. Oops. So when you're coloring, try not to go out of the line. But if you do, it'll be all right. And I do have a color lifter. And I thought, oh, I won't need that. I'll be fine. Famous last words, huh? All right, so let's get the Pool Party out. And I'm using the dark here. My light is almost out, it seems like. So we're just going to use the dark on this. Yeah, if you haven't ever used the color lifter, it's perfect for things like this. Because as you see, I got out of line right in here. And so it's not bad. But, and in fact, my little Merry Christmas that I have, I went ahead and stamped it. It'll go right across it. So it won't be a big deal. But but we do have the color lifter, and if you just dab it right there, that will completely go away, and you won't even know that you made a mistake or had a happy little accident. We don't make mistakes, do we? We make happy little accidents. All right. So we're just going to kind of set this down here. We're going to carry it all the way to the bottom. Let me pull it up in the screen. We're going to carry this all the way to the bottom. Okay. And now there's our card coming together. And so from here, then I'm going to get that little blue piece that I just showed you. Do y'all see it anywhere? Oh, Lord. Here it is. It was hiding from me. Okay, so I'm going to put this up on Stampin' Dimensionals. And this comes out of the stamp set that we're using tonight, which is Long Time No See. The Merry Christmas does. And I think the Joy one that I showed you that we put inside, let me see what it says again. May your heart be filled with joy. I think that one comes out of the jar stamp set, but I'll have it over on my blog so you can check it out there. All right, so we've got that done, and now we just need to make our little bow, and then we'll be finished with this card. And I have a 10-second bow maker, y'all. So we're just going to take this and we're just going to wrap it around. And just lap it over here. I should have given myself a little bit more, but let's see if that'll work. I should have made it a tad bit longer. Oh no, that's perfect. Okay, let me get the scissors. And now we can just stick him on. Let me cut this a little bit more. It needs to be a little bit shorter, I think. And then I'll get my glue dots. So has anybody been watching Hallmark movies? I haven't yet. I haven't watched any, but I know I have in the past. I'd get going with them. Always love to watch them. But I do, as I've gotten older, I kind of try to just wait, just hold off just a little bit longer. But now I couldn't resist showing y'all all of these cards this Christmas in July. And make sure you go back and look at my my videos from last week. I featured the Peaceful Garden Suite, and I was able to pre-order it early because I was in a Creativity Now class, and so it is very pretty blue colors. It's got doves on it and everything, so it was very pretty. So if you get a chance, go back and watch my videos. But this is the finished card. Isn't that cute? And there he is. Merry Christmas, and may your heart be filled with joy. All right, so let's move this aside. Let's get our tag out, and we'll create our tag, and then we'll be through. And I will have done my first live. Okay, so here we go. The first thing that we're going to do is put this piece of paper down here on our arch, and we're just going to lay it across there. So I'm just going to move it up a tad. And I think that's a good place for it. And then from here, we're going to put this up on dimensionals because I think, yeah, I put that up on dimensionals. So let me get the dimensionals right here. Okay. Yeah, I'm a little nervous with all of this, but actually it's been better than recording. Seems like the picture and everything um, during the video has been better. I see a little dark cast, um, and maybe I need to bring some more light in here. Um, but other than that, I think it's been really good. So I'm excited. It may not be the best video, but it may not be the worst either. Of course, I'm not finished yet, am I? So here we're just putting a hole in here, and we're going to run the thread through like I've got it here. Oh, God, y'all know what I did? I didn't even stamp the llama. Well, watch me. Watch me on here mess up. I spoke too soon, didn't I? All right, so we're just going to save those, and we're going to put them over here, and we're going to try to save all of these pieces. Man, I talked too soon. Okay, so here we go. Let's get him put back on here again. Stamp him up. I ain't believing I did that. And I bet y'all was sitting there thinking, oh my Lord, you're messing up. Okay, so we got him there. We can put this over here. And then here, let's see. Let's see if we can get him on here again. And put him on here as straight as possible. All right, so let me just scoot on over here. All right, that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. So now let's get him colored. Let's get our light out, our light crumb cake. And we will start coloring on him. I guess I could have done this. Went ahead and colored the second one. So you wouldn't have to sit here and watch me. Could have had that done. But I didn't think about it. So I hope you don't mind hanging out with me a little bit longer. So y'all, what is your favorite thing at Christmas time? Is it getting together with your family, spending time, or the presents, or seeing the kids open up presents, or just the meaning of what Christmas is about? Leave me a comment and let me know. You know, I used to love getting the presents. You know, when I was younger and everything, oh, I just couldn't wait. And I would be so excited. Couldn't wait for Santa to get here. And then, you know, as you get older, things change. And then it gets to be more about who you can spend Christmas with. Everything changes. And if you have a good meal and you have family, surrounded by family and friends, then you're very blessed. I mean, I'm going to darken this up here. All right, so let's get the red out. And I don't think I'm going to do any shading on this. I think I'm just going to go right over here and just color it in. But you did see me shade that, so on the other card, so maybe that was helpful. Okay, and then we're going to get the green out. So y'all hang with me with this live video. I will learn from this one what I need to be doing and what didn't work. I don't know. I'm looking at this and I don't know if it's maybe too far away and maybe it should be up closer. So that's something that I'm going to have to look at. And if you want to leave me a comment, please feel free to. And then I'm just going to, like I said, just run a little bit of that pink up through there. Not heavy-handed at all, just really light. Okay, so from here, we're going to put him back on here again. Let's see. I'll put him right in there. So we're going to stick this back on, and we're going to try to line up these holes here. Okay, that looks good there. And then I don't have a Merry Christmas stamped here, so we're going to stamp it. And this is just the black Memento ink. And I probably need to get my little cushion here. And stamp it on here. And remove the llama. All right. Oops, looks like I cut my Mary off. So let's try it on the other side. Need to bring it down just a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Alrighty. So from here, we're just going to glue this on. Let's see, I'm going to get my tweezers and hold on to this. Seems like I've been needing to let the Memento ink dry just a little bit. It seems to be smearing on me lately. I don't know if I got the pad inked up too much or what I did. Okay, we're just gonna place this right here. And we just glued that down. Okay. All right, so let's get our ribbon. Let's get this ribbon here. And this is the mesh ribbon here. And I'm just going to run it up through here. And we're just going to tie a knot in it. And then I'm going to use the gold and silver twine that we've got. Okay. So from here, I'm just going to make a knot. And I'm going to trim these up just a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to take this, which comes from the gold and silver one. And like I said, all of this will be on my page at craftystamper.com. So we're just going to tie a knot here. And then this will be finished. So y'all, if you enjoyed watching this video, would you please like and subscribe? If you're not already subscribed, I sure would appreciate it because I am trying to grow my channel. So, and plus, I just want people to hang out with me when I go live. I don't want to be on here by myself. So, anyway, this has been fun. This has been challenging for me. And but it's been great. It really is not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So let's get everything and bring it back in here. And there's our cards here. And then here is both of our tags. So, all right, guys. Well, I appreciate you hanging out with me. And I hope to be back on tomorrow. So we'll see. And if not, it may be the next day. But anyway, I hope to be back tomorrow, maybe show you another Christmas card.